Today we are addressing one of the most painful, confusing, and destructive dynamics in a committed relationship: the silent treatment. We are not talking about a cooling off period. We are talking about the weaponization of silence, a refusal to engage, acknowledge, or validate the existence of a partner. In clinical psychology, we often refer to this as ostracism or stonewalling, depending on the intent. Regardless of the label, the result is a profound rupture in relational safety. We will be dividing this into parts so it is easy to follow the progression to a solution. If you are currently on the receiving end of this behavior, you likely feel a mix of anxiety, panic, and deep loneliness. You may feel like you are disappearing. This is not an overreaction. Today we will dissect why this happens, why it hurts so much physically and emotionally, and exactly how to respond without losing your dignity. This is your roadmap to breaking the silence. Part 1. The core problem: silence as a weapon. Before we can fix it, we must define it. Many couples confuse taking space with the silent treatment. It is vital you know the difference immediately. Healthy space is communicated. It sounds like, "I am too angry to speak productively right now. I need an hour to cool down, and then we will talk." This preserves the connection even during the break. The silent treatment, however, is uncommunicated and indefinite. It is an ambiguous refusal to engage. It sends a primal message to your nervous system: you do not exist to me. Why is this so devastating? Research in social neuroscience indicates that being ignored activates the anterior cingulate cortex, the same part of the brain that registers physical pain. When your spouse looks through you, walks past you, or refuses to answer a direct question, your brain processes this as a physical injury. This is why you cannot just get over it. The core problem is that silence destroys the mechanism required to fix the relationship: communication. It is a blockade. Part 2. Psychological insights. The why. Why does a partner do this? We generally categorize the silent treatment into two psychological distinct buckets. Type A, the flooded protectors, stonewalling. Type B, the punitive manipulators, narcissistic silence. Let us analyze type A. In this scenario, your partner is not necessarily trying to hurt you, they're trying to survive. During conflict, their heart rate exceeds 100 beats per minute, their cortisol spikes, and they enter a state of physiological overwhelm known as flooding. Their logic brain shuts down to protect them from perceived attack. They go silent because they literally cannot process language effectively. They are retreating to a shell. Now let us analyze type B. This is darker. This silence is calculated. It is designed to punish you for a perceived transgression. It's about control. By withholding contact, they force you to pursue them, apologize, or plead. This shifts the power dynamic entirely in their favor. It is a form of emotional abuse designed to make you compliant. Distinguishing between these two is the first step in your strategy. Is your partner overwhelmed, or are they punishing you? The flooded partner will usually come back once calm. The punitive partner waits until you have suffered enough.
Part 3. The demand-withdraw cycle. Most couples get stuck in a toxic loop called the demand-withdraw cycle. Here's how it plays out. The pursuer, usually the one with an anxious attachment style, feels the distance and demands connection. For example, "Why aren't you talking to me? Answer me." The withdrawer, often avoidant, feels attacked and retreats further. The more you knock on the door, the more locks they add. To break the silence, you must first stop banging on the door. This brings us to the solution phase. Part 4. Step-by-step practical solutions. We're going to implement a protocol that works for both the flooded partner and the punitive partner. This requires immense self-discipline. Step 1. The strategic retreat. Stop chasing. When the silence begins, your instinct is to fix it immediately. You must override this. Stop texting, stop asking what is wrong, stop hovering. By chasing, you are feeding the dynamic. If they are flooded, you are keeping them flooded. If they are punishing you, you are giving them the satisfaction of seeing you beg. You must mirror their distance, not out of spite, but out of self-preservation. Step 2. Regulate your own nervous system. You are likely in a panic state. You cannot strategize when you are in fight or flight mode. Engage in self-soothing activities that have nothing to do with your partner. Go to the gym, call a mentor, read a book. You must demonstrate to yourself that your emotional stability is not dependent on their immediate validation. Step 3. The invitation script. After a period of time has passed, perhaps a few hours or the next morning, you will break the silence once with a specific, non-threatening invitation. You will say this exactly. I notice you're being quiet and seem to need space. I want to resolve things, but I can see you aren't ready. I'm going to focus on my own things for a while. Let me know when you are ready to reconnect. This script is powerful. It names the behavior. I notice you're quiet. It validates their need space, and it sets a boundary. I will focus on myself. It removes the pressure while leaving the door unlocked. Step 4. The consequence of continued silence. If the silence continues for days, we move from space to abuse. You must set a hard boundary. You cannot remain in a relationship where you are invisible. You must communicate, I love you, but I cannot be in a relationship where communication is cut off for days. It is damaging to me and us. If this continues, I will need to sleep in the guest room or stay with my sister to protect my own mental health until you are ready to speak respectfully. This is not a threat, it is a protective measure. Step 5. Post-silence analysis. When they finally break the silence, do not just act relieved and sweep it under the rug. This is the biggest mistake couples make. You must debrief. In a calm moment, ask, what happened for you when you went silent? Were you overwhelmed or were you trying to make a point? You must establish a safe word for the future. Agree that either partner can say protocol yellow, which means I need 20 minutes of silence to calm down, but I promise I will be back. This replaces the toxic silence with a structured break. Conclusion. The silent treatment is a relationship killer. It erodes trust faster than almost anything else. By refusing to chase, regulating your own emotions, and setting firm boundaries on how long silence can last, you change the dance. You teach your partner that silence will not manipulate you, nor will it result in you chasing them. You are inviting them to step up to adult communication. It is a difficult path, but it is the only way to move from a power struggle to a partnership. Stay strong, stay dignified, and hold your boundaries.